Hi guys, this is Klazart bringing another audio commentary, and this time I'm commentating on Game 2 of the Shinhan Bank Winners League matchup between SKT1 and Samsung Khan. First blood to SKT1, and the Zerg showing some good skills there against Frozen. Again, it has to be said, Frozen isn't the top tier of Terran players, isn't considered to be anywhere near the top tier of Terran players. Nevertheless, great win for the Zerg and for SKT1, and he'll be hoping to follow it up in the Zerg versus Zerg matchup, which is going to be taking place on Andromeda against a player called Hades, also known as By Great. And again, I have to be honest, I haven't seen a lot of either of these players in Zerg versus Zerg, so it's going to be interesting. I think the one advantage probably for the Zerg is that, as I was trying to say in the previous game, he had played a lot of 2v2s in the past for SKT1. He has participated in 2v2s, and he has been a 2v2 team member. So it'll be interesting to see how he pulls it out in this game and what sort of strategy he goes for. Playing 2v2 would have given him some experience, because often, unfortunately, in StarCraft, 2v2 just turns into 1v1. This game is being played on Andromeda. Obviously, balance isn't an issue since it is a mirror matchup, but mirror matchups, Zerg versus Zerg, anything can happen. It can just be completely crazy, or it can be completely dull. Let's hope it's the opposite. And looks like the Zerg is going to be in teal at the bottom left-hand corner of the map at the 7 o'clock position, and By Great / Hades is going to be in brown at the bottom right-hand corner of the map at the 5 o'clock position. And looks like Hades is actually going to scout in the wrong direction to begin with. And we've seen how that can sometimes be a disadvantage, and that's unfortunately one of the lotteries of a mirror matchup, especially Zerg versus Zerg. If you get that early scouting information on your opponent, know what he's doing, you can really catch them off guard and take advantage of it. And it'll be interesting to see if the Zerg is going to be able to do that and make it 2-0. Right now, the SKT1 mascot obviously celebrating, considering their team are ahead thanks to a good win in Game 1. And it has to be said, it was an enjoyable strategy. It was clearly a strategy that looked to be pre-planned, and unfortunately for Frozen, he played right into the Zerg's hands by going for that 1 Rax into CC build, and then not really defending himself too well, not really having what he needed to defend that expansion. The fast lurkers was really the perfect counter for that, easily scouted by the Zerg. The Zerg looks like he's getting his Overlord up, and looks like we might be seeing a 9 pool here from Hades. So Hades going for a 9 pool. Looks like the Zerg is going to go with a slightly more conservative strategy, but he should still be okay, because he's going to have that scouting information on his opponent, and his opponent, not only is he not going to have the scouting information, but he's also not going to have he's not going to know exactly where his opponent's base is. So that's just going to mean that it's going to take that little bit longer probably for his, or it should at least take that little bit longer for his Zerglings to get across to the Zerg's base and looks like drone being sent out by the Zerg. I wonder if this is to scout, or if he's going to try and go for a 12 hatch here. This is hugely risky here. 12 pool I think would have probably been a little bit of a safer bet, but again, he might just get away with it because he hasn't been scouted yet. So he has gone for a 12 hatchery build here. And this is a little bit risky, to say the least. By Great, or unless he's gone for an overhatch, looks like he might actually have gone for the overhatch. We've seen the Overlord come out as well. Now the spawning pool going down for the Zerg and the Extractor as well. So this could be a stroke of genius, or it could just land him in huge hot water. By Great just now putting up the Zerglings. The Overlord scout should be coming over now any second now, and the two Overlords crossing each other's paths. And it's just going to be a lottery here. If those Zerglings get there quickly, then he could. And he's cancelled the hatchery, so he's seeing the Zerglings from his opponent. He's cancelled the hatchery and moving the drone away. Meanwhile, the Zerglings are coming in from By Great, and I'm not sure what exactly the Zerg is trying to do here. He obviously felt that he wasn't going to be able to defend that, and I just think that it was a really extreme strategy to try and go for that hatchery in a Zerg versus Zerg play so early. It was hugely risky. It looks like he's trying to hide the hatchery in the middle of the map at the 9 o'clock position, trying to get advantage from that. He's got a creep golem, he's got a sunken, but the Zerglings are heading in the right direction. This could spell disaster for the Zerg here. He is building a sunken, but the 6 Zerglings are in his base. He's got nothing at all to defend them. He's mining the gas, but that gas is going to help him. It's going to be drones against 6 Zerglings. Zerglings now hammering with the sunken, and he's going to be forced to bring his drones out to try and defend it. The Sunken just about gets up, but the Sunken's going to go down. He's not producing any Zerglings. He didn't have the minerals to build the Zerglings, because he had to go for the Sunken, and because he built that hatchery in the middle of the map. And I have to say, when he cancelled that hatchery, after seeing those Zerglings, that was a huge mistake for him. I guess he was banking on the fact that he's now trying to build a lair. Yeah, that's going to help him a lot. So he's lost pretty much all his drones. He's got 3 drones left. He's got a couple of Zerglings out. The only thing the Zerg can hope for, I'm not sure what the Zerg can hope for. The Zerg is in huge trouble here. More Zerglings arriving for By Great. He's now got Zerglings out. He's been forced to cancel that hatchery as well in the middle of the map. So really, there's got to be no hope for him here. He's lost all his economy. And while the Zerglings parlay, he loses the rest of his Zerglings, the rest of his drones, and he GG's. So the Zerg throwing in the towel there, decimated by Hades being sent to hell by Hades, and unfortunate for the Zerg. But it has to be said, his choice of build order was insane. Well, I mean, he was unlucky as well. It has to be said. The Hades has got his Zerglings in the right place, but there was a 1 in 2 chance that he was going to do that anyway. And I guess that's what the Zerg banked on. He decided to throw the dice. He decided to hedge his bets on that one build, and it didn't work out for him. And then from that point on, he was always going to be struggling. GG nevertheless, I guess. Fast-paced Zerg versus Zerg action. This is Klazart, guys. Thanks for listening. The score is now tied at 1-1.
차명환 선수와 정영철 선수의 기세 참고를 제대로 끼얹었습니다.